Ever wondered which country holds the crown for the most visited and which one is the least explored? Buckle up, because the answers might surprise you. In our world of endless wanderlust, some destinations capture the hearts of many, while others remain hidden gems. The most visited country in the world, boasting of rich culture, iconic landmarks, and gastronomic delights, draws in millions of globetrotters annually. On the flip side, the least visited country, a treasure trove of untouched landscapes and unique traditions, sees only a handful of adventurers each year. Now, we've excluded countries currently in conflict in 2024 from our tally. Various factors influence these patterns, from accessibility and safety to marketing and public perception. So in a way, these statistics are as much a reflection of us, the travelers, as they are of the countries themselves. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into why these countries have earned their titles. France, with its iconic Eiffel Tower and flavorful cuisine, is the world's most visited country. There's a certain allure to France, a charm that bewitches over 89 million visitors each year. Yes, you heard right, 89 million. That's more than the entire population of Germany visiting France year after year. This stunning nation is a magnet for those seeking a taste of its rich history, mouth-watering gastronomy, and of course the romance that it's so famous for. The City of Lights, Paris, is the epicenter of this magnetic pull. It's a city that needs no introduction. From the grandeur of the Louvre, housing the enigmatic Mona Lisa, to the Gothic splendor of Notre Dame, every corner of Paris tells a story. And let's not forget the Eiffel Tower, standing tall as a symbol of French elegance and ingenuity. But France is not just Paris. The country is dotted with cities that are equally enchanting. The sun-soaked vineyards of Bordeaux, the snowy peaks of Chamonix, and the glamorous beaches of Nice, each city offering a unique flavor of the French experience. Then there are the lesser-known gems, the medieval city of Carcassonne, the lavender fields of Provence, or the rugged beauty of the Dordogne region. These places may not be on every travel brochure, but they are the heart and soul of France, cherished by those who venture off the beaten path. And let's not forget about the food. The food. From the flaky croissants of Parisian bakeries to the hearty cassoulet of Toulouse, French cuisine is a love letter to the palate, a gastronomic journey worth taking. What makes France stand out from the crowd, however, is not just its landmarks or its food. It's the French way of life. The leisurely pace, the appreciation for the finer things, the joie de vivre. It's an invitation to sit back, sip on a glass of wine, and watch the world go by. With such a rich history and vibrant culture, it's no wonder millions flock to France each year. On the flip side, the least visited country is Tuvalu, a tiny island nation in the South Pacific. With a population just shy of 11,000, Tuvalu is among the smallest nations on Earth. It's also among the least visited. According to recent statistics, Tuvalu sees only about 2,000 tourists each year. That's a stark contrast to the more than 80 million who flock to the world's most popular destinations. So, why isn't Tuvalu on the average traveler's radar? First and foremost, it's remote. Tuvalu is located midway between Hawaii and Australia, seemingly floating alone in the vast Pacific Ocean. Reaching this Pacific paradise is no simple task. There are no direct international flights, so you'll have to hop on a plane to Fiji first, then catch a twice-weekly flight to Tuvalu. Secondly, Tuvalu's tourism infrastructure is minimal. There are only a handful of accommodations available, and dining options can be limited. But don't let that deter you. The locals are incredibly welcoming, and the food is authentic and delicious. Despite these challenges, Tuvalu has a lot to offer. It's home to some of the most pristine beaches in the world. Its turquoise waters are teeming with vibrant marine life, making it a dream destination for snorkelers and divers. Tuvalu also has a unique culture that's been preserved for centuries. Visitors can witness traditional music and dance performances, explore historic sites, and even participate in local festivals. Yet, despite its natural beauty and rich culture, Tuvalu remains relatively unknown. Perhaps it's the lack of easy accessibility that keeps it off the tourist map. Or maybe it's the fact that Tuvalu is one of the first nations predicted to disappear due to rising sea levels, a sobering reality that underscores the urgency of climate change. Despite its beautiful beaches and unique culture, Tuvalu remains a hidden gem. A visit to Tuvalu is not just a vacation, but an opportunity to experience a place and a culture that may be vanishing. So, for those who dare to venture off the beaten path, Tuvalu awaits. France and Tuvalu may seem worlds apart, but they have more in common than you might think. When it comes to population, France, with its 67 million inhabitants, certainly dwarfs Tuvalu's modest 10,000. Yet it's this stark contrast that underlines the unique charm of each nation. France's high population contributes to its vibrant culture and bustling cities, while Tuvalu's small populace allows for a tranquil, intimate experience where every face could become a familiar one. Now let's talk about area. France, at 210,000 square miles, is a country of varied landscapes, from the snowy Alps to the sunny Riviera. Tuvalu, on the other hand, is an archipelago of just 10 square miles in the South Pacific. Its 9 islands offer a tropical paradise, with white sandy beaches and crystal clear waters. Comparing their GDPs, France, as the world's 7th largest economy, naturally outshines Tuvalu. However, it's important to remember that a country's richness isn't measured solely by its wealth. Tuvalu, though small in economic size, is rich in culture and community spirit. Speaking of culture, France and Tuvalu boast unique and vibrant traditions. France is renowned for its culinary arts, fashion, and historical architecture. Tuvalu, meanwhile, celebrates its Polynesian heritage with traditional music, dance, and crafts. The tourism infrastructure of these nations also provides fascinating contrasts. France's well-established tourism industry offers a myriad of accommodations, from luxury hotels to quaint bed and breakfasts, and an extensive transport network that includes high-speed trains, metros, and buses. Tuvalu, though lacking in high-end resorts and expansive public transport, offers a unique off-the-beaten-path experience. Its accommodations are modest, often family-run, and its transport largely consists of bikes and boats. So, you see, both France and Tuvalu, despite their differences, have their unique attractions. Whether it's the bustling streets of Paris or the serene beaches of Tuvalu, both countries offer unique experiences for travelers. Tourism can have both positive and negative impacts on a country. Let's take France, the most visited country in the world, as our first example. Tourism plays a vital role in France's economy, acting as a significant income source and job provider. Millions of tourists flock to this country each year, contributing to a substantial portion of the nation's GDP. Not only does this influx of visitors stimulate the economy, but it also promotes the preservation of cultural heritage sites, the development of infrastructure, and the growth of the service sector. However, this surge of tourists also has its downsides. Over-tourism can lead to environmental degradation, as natural landscapes and landmarks suffer from excessive foot traffic. And then there's the issue of cultural commodification, where traditional customs and practices are altered or exaggerated to cater to tourist tastes, potentially eroding the authentic local culture. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Tuvalu, one of the least visited countries in the world. The impact of tourism here is minimal due to the low volume of visitors. However, the potential for tourism to boost Tuvalu's economy is immense. It could provide much-needed revenue and employment opportunities, improve local infrastructure, and even help raise global awareness about the country's pressing environmental issues, like rising sea levels. Yet, as with France, there are potential pitfalls. An influx of tourists could strain Tuvalu's limited resources and fragile ecosystems. The introduction of foreign cultures and lifestyles might also disrupt the local way of life. So what's the takeaway here? Tourism, while a powerful economic driver, comes with significant responsibilities. It can bring prosperity, but also challenges to a country's environment, culture, and resources. It's a delicate balancing act that requires careful management and sustainable practices. As travelers, it's our responsibility to respect and preserve the places we visit. We need to be mindful of our footprint and make conscious choices that support local economies, protect the environment, and respect cultural traditions. In doing so, we can help ensure that these incredible destinations remain for future generations to explore and appreciate. From the most visited to the least, every country has its own unique charm and challenges. We've journeyed through the bustling streets of France, the world's most visited country, rich in culture, cuisine, and iconic landmarks. On the other end of the spectrum, we discovered the serene beauty of Tuvalu, a hidden gem of tranquility in the vast Pacific Ocean, untouched by the onslaught of mass tourism. The contrast between these two nations underscores the beauty of diversity in our world, yet also highlights the impact of tourism. While France grapples with overcrowding, Tuvalu yearns for more visitors to boost its economy. This brings us to a crucial point: the importance of responsible tourism. Traveling is not just about taking beautiful photos or tasting exotic cuisines. It's also about making a positive impact on the places we visit. So next time you're planning a trip, why not consider stepping off the beaten path and exploring the road less traveled?